and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 25, June the 20th through the 26th weekly wrap-up. Okay, so I am doing this early because we've had a very busy weekend. So kiddo had a swim meet on Friday night. He had a friend stay over from Friday, Saturday until Sunday. And then Sunday, we're going to have a swim meet. The days you guys are seeing this, we're probably at a swim meet. I'm probably either finishing up editing this during the swim meet and then going to put this out to you guys so that you'll have it on Sunday and everything like that. So it has been an eventful week up until like Friday. It wasn't very eventful. I got a lot of reading done. I got 6 books, I think it is, we're going to be talking about today. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into those now. And the first book that I finished was Edge of Glory, Friendship Texas #1 by Magan Vernon. I am placing this in new adult, possibly downgrading it to a YA book. So I'm giving this 3.5 stars. I'm giving it 2 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook. This was the Patreon buddy read pick, in which we had a Zoom meeting on Saturday for it. I had to move my meetings for the summer from, well, you guys should know this. We were supposed to have a meeting on Saturday because I had to move the meeting from Friday to Saturday. What am I talking about? So yeah, back to this book. I enjoyed it. It was a little juvenile for me. So we have Rosalia, and she is this upstanding, good Italian girl that wants to go off and do her thing, but she's scared that her parents won't allow her to do it because I want to say her siblings are treated differently. She has brothers and they're kind of free to do whatever they want, but they hold that whole only girl thing to the chest, and it just seemed a little bit juvenile in the story. Jay is a Olympic swimmer that has been in the news and is kind of a bad boy, and his coach brings him to this small town. She ends up waiting on him. They end up starting a romance, and the whole kind of juvenile-ish portion of it is that she's a virgin, and there were quite a few moments in there where it was it was just kind of cringy in the story. I did enjoy the story because it is very much a sort of love letter, or inspired by the Ryan Lochte sort of situation that was going on almost 8 years ago, I guess it was, in Rio. And well, no, it would be 8 years. 8 years, wow. Yeah, so the whole Ryan Lochte situation kind of inspired this story, and you can definitely see that and feel it. I did appreciate the whole swim-ish or tone of it, being a swim mom myself, and I could see all the things that our swimmer was going through and things. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't woo, yes, on top of the world. The next book that I finished was Finding the Dragon, which is Stonefire Dragon, number 7.5 by Jessie Donovan. I placed this in paranormal romance. I give it 3.5 stars. I give it 2 Steam fans. I listened to this as an audiobook, and this is a novella. It was a good catch up with Janie and Kai and their whole kind of relationship. Janie is a reporter and Kai is a Stonefire protector, and the two of them have to sort of test their love when it comes to some things that are going on in the Stonefire universe. So I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to more, especially if my library ends up getting the rest of the series on audiobook. The next book that I finished was Angel's Promise, which is Devil's Duet number 2 by Aleatha Romig. I am placing this in romantic suspense, and I'd probably say dark romantic suspense. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. I am giving it 3 Steam fans. Read this as an arc. It comes out on Tuesday, the 29th, and I loved it. I devoured it in like one sitting, and I spent the day with Emma and Rhett. This picks up right where where Devil's Deal left off. Oh my goodness. And there are so many more twists and turns. If you enjoyed the spiritual aspect that was hinted at for the New Orleans setting in the first book, you're really going to love it in this second book. There was kind of a little bit of slow moment in the middle of it, but once the twist and turns started to happen and things started to get revealed, there was a whole bunch of action that ends up happening, and I was here for this story. I love that we get this whole like New Orleans, like deep, rich New Orleans setting and culture involved in this story, and I was here for it. The next book that I finished was the Bariloche sector, which is X-Clan book number 3 by Lexi C. Foss. I am placing this in paranormal romance / dystopian post-apocalyptic, and if you have read the other X-Clan books, then you know why I place it in dystopian post-apocalyptic as well. So this is giving it 4.5 stars, giving it 3 Steam fans. Read this as an ebook, and make sure that you take heed to the author's note. Lexi poured her heart and soul into this. This is a very, very different book. All of her X-Clan alphas are very like in your face possession and wanting to be with their mate and everything like that. This one is just a tiny bit different. You do know that Sven wants to be with Kara, but Kara has some things going on with her, and if you've read the other 2 books, then you know Kara was brought to the, which sector was it? Oh my goodness, which sector are we in? We are in the Norris sector, due to some trades and everything like that. And there is a hint of what's going on with her, but you are really in Kara's head for this book. And like I was saying, make sure that you take heed to the author's note, because she does give content warning and triggers that could possibly come up within this story, and they are very much there. I won't go into it because I think she does a better job at her note and giving the reader what may or may not happen throughout the story. But if you decide to pick this one up, just know to make sure to read the author's note if you have triggers or need the warnings and everything like that. The next book that I finished was Priest, which is Priest number 1 by Sierra Simone. Placing this in erotica. Give this book 4.25 stars. Give it 5 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook. Oh my God. Such fire, such fire. There are content warnings for spirituality, for Christianity, for Catholicism. Lots of discussion about Catholicism because, hello, name of the book, Priest. We are dealing with Priest Tyler and Poppy, who comes in and confesses some of her sins, and then there's some entanglements. Yeah, you want to make sure that if you're going to listen to this as an audiobook, make sure you got them headphones in, or at least you're in a safe for listening area. It is so hot. It is so steamy. It's so dirty, and like dirty in the best way, and just, so good. So good. It did seem a little overboard with the exploration and discussion of Catholicism, but it is I guess it goes with the story. I mean, being that he's a priest and, you know, the discussion needed to be there. So that was the only thing that kind of turned me off on it. But yes, we have this. And then the final book that I finished last week was the Jezebel, which is Rivers Wild number 3 by Dylan Allen. I placed this in contemporary. I'm going to give this one, at the time of recording this. I haven't actually finished it, but I am at the 85% mark. I am really enjoying it, so I'm probably going to rate it probably about a 4.25 or 4.5 depending on how this ending comes, and going to be giving it 3.5 to 4 Steam fans. Listening to it as an audiobook, but I do own it. I own the ebook, I own the physical copy, all of that. This is a Black author. There is content warning for cheating and infidelity. There is talk of sexual assault within this story. Not a major discussion, but it is hinted at. Nothing that is on page as of this moment. And like I said, I'm about 85 to 90% through with the book. So I pretty much have a really good gist of what's going on. Some things are just now being revealed to us. But this follows Reagan Wild and Stone River, and these two families, if you have read the other books, you don't have to read the other books to read this one. This is a standalone, but to get some history within these two families, they're rivaling families and they're not supposed to like each other. However, throughout the story, you learn that there is a deeper connection between Reagan and Stone that stems from childhood. This is also an age gap romance where Reagan is the older of the two. Reagan is a female, and so you have a older female with a younger male. But Stone is not this like child that doesn't know anything. He's pretty much a genius. And the two of them have to sort of walk through life and continue to meet each other. They meet each other down the way. The one thing that kind of threw me out was during the beginning of the book, for quite a bit of the book, I would have to say probably about the 50%, if not a little bit more, it jumps around. There's a lot of time jumps within the story, and I definitely think if you want to skip the prologue, I would say skip the prologue, because it just kind of felt disjointed for me. The prologue is there, and then it doesn't get revisited until 80% of the book. So like, I'm like, sometimes I understand the need for a prologue, but in this situation, I don't think the prologue is needed. So I would say just jump in, skip past the prologue, jump in, and then maybe the time jumps don't feel as jumbly as if I hadn't read the prologue, if that makes any sense. So I am still enjoying the book. Like I said, I will probably finish it before the end of the night, and we'll go with those ratings. What am I currently reading? I'm on my phone, and that page of my book journal is filled, so I have no clue what I will be reading. I will throw some pictures up here for my currently reading books. I don't know. I'll pick some and put some in right here. Yes, there. Okay, enough of that. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. Why am I saying this? You're my patrons. Thank you guys for supporting me. I will have the July buddy read pick posted for you guys on the 1st, and everything like that. And I will have a similar poll for you guys to decide which day is going to be best for you. Like I said in previous videos, Fridays are going to be out until the fall time frame, because kiddo has swim meet on Fridays. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for hanging with me. And let's talk down in the comments if you have read any of the books that I just talked about. And we will see you in another video.